Have you ever told yourself, "I can't," or "that's impossible," only to see someone else accomplish exactly that? I used to be like that. For more than 3 years, I watched others achieve their dreams while I felt stuck, convincing myself that it was just fate. But then I realized it wasn't my circumstances holding me back. It was the way I thought and spoke about myself. Everything changed when I made small adjustments to my daily language. And in this video, I'll share with you 3 phrases that once dragged me down and what I say instead to completely transform my life. The first phrase is, "There's too much competition." For a long time, I believed that not everyone could succeed. I thought the system, society, and everything else were designed so that only a select few could rise to the top. Opportunities were limited. Every job had just one opening, there were only a handful of chances for promotion, and potential clients were scarce. I felt like I was fighting for a tiny slice of the pie in a world where too many people were just as hungry as I was. Everything changed when I came across a quote from The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss. 99% of people believe they can't achieve something great, so they aim for mediocre goals. That's why the fiercest competition exists at the most ordinary levels. That line hit me like a slap in the face. I realized I had been trapped in a race I didn't even need to be in. I had spent too much time trying to outperform my competitors instead of creating my own path, where I had no competition. Take Roger Bannister as an example, the first man to run a mile in under 4 minutes. Before 1954, scientists and doctors claimed that the human body wasn't physically capable of such a feat, and that attempting it could even be fatal. Because everyone believed this, no one dared to try. But when Bannister shattered that supposed limit, dozens of runners broke the 4-minute barrier within the following year. The real obstacle had never been physical. It was a mental barrier all along. I applied this mindset to my own career. Instead of squeezing into an industry overflowing with competition, I pivoted to the online space, where very few accountants or investment bankers had established a presence. By refusing to play by the old rules, I didn't just escape competition. I created an entirely new market for myself. If you ever feel trapped in an endless battle, ask yourself, can I step out of this race and build my own playing field? The second phrase, more doesn't mean better. I used to think that success meant having more money, more assets, more achievements. I was obsessed with questions like, how can I make 6 figures before 30? How can I become a millionaire before 40? I believed that you couldn't attract wealth without a clear goal, but I also realized that equating more with better was a serious mistake. I remember a quote from the Almanac of Naval Ravikant. Desire is a contract you make with yourself to be unhappy until you get what you want. That line woke me up. I had spent too much time running on a hamster wheel, always chasing the next goal without ever stopping to enjoy the present. I bought a new car, only to immediately want a fancier one. I hit a financial milestone, only to feel like it still wasn't enough. But then I realized a simple truth. You will never truly arrive. Success isn't a destination, it's a journey. Take Sara Blakely, the founder of Spanx, for example. When she started, she had no money, no connections. But instead of setting an immediate goal to become a billionaire, she focused on enjoying the creative process. She patiently refined her product, learned from her mistakes, and embraced every step of her entrepreneurial journey. The result? She became the youngest self-made female billionaire in the US, without rushing, without sacrificing her personal happiness. I started shifting my own approach too. Instead of purely chasing revenue, I focused on personal growth, learning more, improving my skills, and appreciating each moment of the process. This means I might reach my financial goals a little slower, but it's a price worth paying for a more balanced and fulfilling life. So if you ever feel pressured to have more, ask yourself, are you chasing wealth or are you chasing happiness? The third phrase, you don't have to choose one or the other. From a young age, we're taught that life is full of choices. choices that supposedly can't coexist. If you want a successful career, you have to sacrifice family time. If you want wealth, you must work tirelessly and give up a fulfilling personal life. If you want to be a strong leader, you can't be kind. But what if all these choices are simply limitations imposed by society? Sheryl Sandberg once wrote in Lean In, "When we are stuck in decisions based on how society has always perceived things, we limit our ability to grow." I used to believe that I couldn't have it all. I worried that if I pursued a business career, I wouldn't have enough time for my family. But then I realized that the problem wasn't about choosing one or the other, it was about figuring out how to have both. More than 100 years ago, there was a widespread belief that women shouldn't ride bicycles because it could cause a condition called bicycle face, a supposed facial deformation caused by the strain of cycling. In reality, this was nothing more than a scare tactic, a way to keep women confined within traditional roles and discourage them from seeking independence. But pioneering women ignored these baseless fears. They kept cycling, breaking barriers, and proving they could do it without any consequences. Similarly, we are still placed into invisible molds today. They say women can't be great mothers and have successful careers at the same time. They say entrepreneurs can't balance work and personal life. But these are just modern-day bicycle faces, outdated beliefs designed to keep us within predefined limits. Indra Nooyi, the former CEO of PepsiCo, once shared a story about coming home after being appointed CEO. Instead of celebrating, her mother simply said, "First, go buy some milk. Your promotion can wait." This story highlights that even the most successful women face societal pressure. But Nooyi didn't choose between her career and family. She found a way to manage both. She once said, "You can't have everything at the same time, but you can have it all if you know how to prioritize." And that's what I realized. We don't always have to choose between two paths. We can create a way to have both if we're willing to change our mindset. You don't have to choose one or the other. Whenever you feel stuck between two choices, ask yourself, where does this limitation come from? Who decided it? Is it really true? 9 times out of 10, the answer is no. So don't let outdated beliefs define your life. You don't have to choose one or the other. You can carve your own path. The choice between this or that only exists if you accept it as real. But if you look deeper, you'll realize that life isn't a chess game with limited moves. It's a canvas where you are free to paint your own picture. Successful people don't ask, which one should I choose? They ask, how can I have both? Take a moment to reconsider the limitations you once believed were set in stone. How many of them are truly barriers, and how many are just bicycle faces? Artificial constraints imposed to hold you back? You don't have to choose between career and family, success and happiness, ambition and kindness. You can have it all if you dare to ask the right questions and build your own path. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and share it with others. See you in the next one.